AB, this is a topic of conversation that seems to dominate the cycle when there's nothing else to talk about. It's Jalen Hurts coming off of a Super Bowl MVP, and we got to find a way to discredit that. And the only way to do that would be to say, well, he's not a top 10 quarterback, and anybody else could have won that game if they were manning the ship in Philadelphia. Now, obviously, outside of the common suspects, the guys towards the top of the league that are considered to be the best quarterbacks in the league, is there a threshold to you where you see it being, deep into the teens here of guys that could potentially have won that Super Bowl with Philadelphia? Or do you think it kind of stops at that top 10 mark?
Won the Super Bowl, it would be a stretch. But as far as be successful in that offense, you could throw half the quarterbacks in there and probably be successful. They have a great scheme going on. And it's not to discredit the Eagles at all, or even Jalen Hurts. It's just they're in a great situation. You look at the offensive line. Where do they rank as far as offensive line? They're one of the best in the league, one of the best wide receiving cores in the league. They have Dallas Goedert, one of the best tight ends in the league. They have Saquon freaking Barkley. I already know how it is having an offense with him. They're absolutely loaded. It's hard to really determine how good a quarterback is when you have that kind of talent around them. I think Jalen Hurts is a decent quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but as far as we're pushing high up in the top 10, probably not.
Because I know some of y'all would trade places right now.
I know somebody who wouldn't trade places, and that's Rio. I know Rio thinks Jaden Daniels would have won that Super Bowl with the Eagles roster, but Rio, outside of, like I mentioned, the guys who are well-established, the guys that everybody would consider to be a guy going into that roster that would be able to get it done, is there a name to you that might shock people where you think, man, I think if he was in there, he might have been able to get it done just the same as Hurts did?
It feels very easy to have conversations like this because I think Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback, and I don't think that on a quarterbacky level, he's not as high as a few guys in the league, but he, as stacked as that team is, Jalen Hurts is like the glue to that roster. As talented as Saquon, them receivers, that tight end, the line, the coaches, that his leadership, I don't think some of these quarterbacks that we be talking about could write them through adversity. You know what I'm saying? He missed a couple weeks while they were trying to close out the division. They held it down without him. The first playoff game was kind of murky. It snowed in playoff game number 2. Their offense was sputtering. A.J. Brown's questioning the passing offense, and he just kept them going. Bro, they put up 55 on us in the NFC Championship game. I can't hate on him.
He's in submission right now. Listen, he's still heartbroken.
Where were you last week, Rio? Where was you?
I can't even hate on it. And as much as I want to, because I'm so disgusted at how happy Philadelphia is right now, bro. Y'all have seen 2 Super Bowls in your lives in the last decade, and one was with a backup quarterback, and one was with a guy they're saying half the league could have won the Super Bowl in this position. Bro, it's a Super Bowl, and that team doesn't get held together without their fearless leader. So I can feel whatever I want to about Jalen Hurts. I'll take the top quarterbacks in the league, maybe the top 5 to 7. I'm not going to go any further than that. I can't put a guy like Justin Herbert, even though he's immensely talented and has a crazy arm. I can't put a Bama with no playoff wins on a Super Bowl team. So Y'all got it, man. I
feel like the fearless leader on that team is Saquon Barkley, not
I feel like he's
Hurts.
the best player.
You talk about all the talent that Jalen Hurts has. You have to remember, Jalen has to manage that talent. His friends, A.J. Brown, Smitty, they're demanding targets, asking for targets. Jalen Hurts is
because there were a lot of games he threw for 100 yards.
Yeah, and we won. Because why? Jalen doesn't care
Saquon Barkley.
Because Jalen
I know
doesn't
how
care
it goes.
about personal stats. There's other teams where superstars will run out if they weren't getting those targets, if they weren't getting those stats. But Jalen Hurts is not about feeding egos. You have to manage egos when you have a team. You're talking about all these talent. You have to have somebody who can manage those egos, and that's Jalen Hurts. You can't just say anybody's going to have those leadership and those intangibles that Jalen Hurts has.
Well, we should play a game.
So no other quarterback could have won the Super Bowl with the Eagles roster.
Did I say no other?
Okay, how many other quarterbacks?
No, let's play this game. Could your quarterback win the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles?
I know one thing. your quarterback, Kid Blue. Your quarterbacks.
We're
Now,
getting
I
there.
know that
Jackson
for a
Dart
fact.
is getting there.
I know
Okay,
that
it's
for
a
a fact.
process.
I know
It's a
it, dude.
process.
Hey, KB, as good as Jackson Dart looked last week, it was like 97 yak yards. We need to relax. We all need to relax, y'all.
It's a process. All right, we're getting there. We're talking about the preseason, guys. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Wait till Jackson Dart actually establishes himself. It took Jalen Hurts 2 years to look good. Okay, so let's just take some time.
You know, everybody don't come out the box ready assembled like 5, man. But
Whatever.
Tuck, what
Whatever.
you think? Tuck.
That should
Right,
be
let
me.
Tuck talk. He been quiet.
Well, I get it, right? I'm supposed to hate everything Eagles related, but I said this the moment that the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. I was not going to be one of those Cowboys fans that are just going to hate Jalen Hurts for no reason because he's talented. A lot of people forget that. Like he played in Alabama, what he did at Oklahoma, and yes, he did win the Super Bowl with Saquon Barkley, but he was just there 2 years prior without him. And if it wasn't for Kadarius Toney, you know what I'm saying, having an epic punt return,
Giants
he's
legend, by the way.
winning his second Super Bowl. So I get the narrative. It's just something to talk about when it comes to the NFC East. But when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts is like Rio said, he is the glue. Like you do have to worry about Jalen Hurts. Like you really do. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Now, are there some other quarterbacks that could have won? Yeah, if I put Josh Allen in Philly, yeah, it's just that scary. But you know, he's the glue that makes it all work. One, his contract structure helped the Philadelphia Eagles out and kept them afloat with adding 6 voided years in there. So that's a win right there. Then also you have to be aware of the arm, but you also have to be aware of the legs. And as much as I hate it and we all hate it, that tush push is a game changer. That keeps drives alive. When it's goal line, yeah, bro. Like it's just demoralizing. It breaks your spirit when you get a big stop and it's 3rd and 1, you get a stop and you up there jumping around watching TV and it's 4th and 1, and you see them about to go for it again and they know they're going to get it, right? That is Jalen Hurts. And so Jalen Hurts is the leader. He's the one that they rally off of. There is a reason why Jalen Hurts took the job from Carson Wentz, because I don't think Carson Wentz could have won a Super Bowl with this team because he just doesn't have that leadership qualities that make you want to follow him. So, you know, I get it. Jalen Hurts, is he top 3, top 4? No, but he's definitely top 10, top 7.